Welcome to the Everyday Black Men Podcast, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts. I'm Riker, and I'm joined by R. Reed and Armstead.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men,
Brown
and
sugar,
Everyday Black Men Facebook page. But we're going to get into the topics today. It is now January the 20th, 2019. By the time you hear this, it will have been probably about a week. But I wanted to start off by talking about the Hannibal Buress set that he had in Atlanta. It was dope, y'all. It was dope. I showed y'all some of the Tony Trim shit earlier. It was a little weird way to warm up the crowd with like the fly and I Gotta Stay Fly. That Soldier Boy with the little Superman, that shit was actually pretty dope. I mean,
I didn't like that.
I didn't like it.
It was all right. It was all right.
I didn't like it. It wasn't on beat.
It wasn't on beat. He also played like some Sheck West versus some gory Asian movie. Niggas punching each other through stomachs and shit. Niggas breaking fingers. Yeah, the shits. Yes, he was real with the shits. And then the televangelist one with God's Plan. I thought that would have been one. He also did like a Rough Riders one with white kids who are doing competitive cup stacking. I didn't know that was a fucking thing. Yeah, Rough Riders Anthem. But all of that stuff aside, man, he had some pretty great openers. He had one chick, Vanessa Fraction, but she pretty good. She did this little thing about how she's slick 40, and what she means is she's 37, but she just now getting her life together, finally got a man, and she got to be a baby daddy for like the last, couple of years.
Baby daddy.
Yeah, so basically what it was is that her boyfriend took her for child support. So she started doing like all the baby daddy shit, like going out to the club, and when that nigga would call, she'd be like, nigga, parenting hours are over. I'm in the club shaking his ass. What the fuck are you calling me for? Like, nigga, it's like 3 a.m. Like,
okay,
why are you calling? Exactly. Like, what are you calling this chick for? But also, she was saying like she started doing like baby daddy stuff. Like she saw it in one movie that a nigga came out there and went in front of his house and started like causing a scene, being like, "I need to see my child. Why the fuck you ain't got my child? Like I needed whatever." And I mean, you could probably check out Vanessa Fraction because she does it way better than the bullshit I did. But she basically been a baby daddy for like the last 21 years. Which, side note, she had kids at 18. I mean, that's you think you
that's average nowadays, right?
I mean,
close to average.
I don't know
almost.
if I'd say that's average. She kind of right though. I mean, that nigga got the kids, then she need to pay that child support.
Yeah, I know some females right now who are like, you know what? If I do have kids, I don't want to deal like she didn't necessarily say she didn't want to deal with them, but she said that, you know, her lifestyle, she'll pay child support and let the man have the kids, have full custody. I was like, oh,
walk away from that bitch.
Run, but she kind of cute, man. She slick 40. She kind of reminded me of Tiffany Haddish. But I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say she's a more put together Tiffany Haddish.
Better than Tiffany Haddish. Just that picture, right? How she look in person?
She looked closer to that in person. Again, not bad.
yeah.
No disrespect. You're still decent looking woman.
There was some other guy, I think his name was like Chris Action Jones or something. Chris Action Jackson. He did a pretty good fucking impersonation thing where he was basically talking about how like educating white people in the Black Panthers, which I thought that was pretty interesting to get humor out of educating white people and how like the government pretty much stole like the free lunch program from the Black Panthers, never told you, or the WIC program from the Panthers, never told you. And he just kind of did like one of those sets where it's like he was doing comedy, but really he was trying to teach white people some shit. And I mean, went over decently. It went over decently. But then the highlight of the opening acts, well, not that these two acts were bad, because they were actually pretty damn funny and pretty damn good, but were the Lucas brothers, which I don't know if you've ever seen the Lucas brothers and how they perform. It's basically two brothers that are identical twins, and they kind of like have jokes that center around that kind of stuff, and they kind of complete each other's sentences.
That must be hard.
Well, yeah, because they look alike. They're twins. Because Hannibal, when he opened up, he was like, man, I went back there. I was like, and one of them said he was coming. One of them said he was going to stay. And I was like, all right, thanks, Keith. He's like, I'm kidding. He was like, oh, okay. He's like, I've known these niggas for 9 years. Still can't tell them apart. But Hannibal sets was pretty good. I agree. I understand.
Humorous. Does that make sense?
Yes, I know the difference between humorous and funny. I find Hannibal to be fucking hilarious. And I loved like three of his bits I thought was really good. One of them he did where he reenacted basically on Reddit, like a girl basically, they had a thread where they were talking about celebrities that people have slept with. And Hannibal basically read a review that a chick gave him. And she was like, yeah, first of all, Hannibal was da-da-da-da. And basically she called him asshole. He's like, well, yeah, you know, when you're getting your dick sucked, you expect to get your dick sucked, not to be asked about, hey, is so-and-so coming back? It's like, is now really the time for you to look up and ask me a question? Like, I'm trying to get my dick sucked. I'm not trying to answer questions. Like,
single, right?
yeah, he's single. And it's like, like business hours are over. Like, I perform comedy, and then we leave.
I want to look at this Reddit thread. I didn't know that exists.
Yeah, there was a Reddit thread on that. He also had a, like when he ended, like the chick was like, he was fine. He's got a nice dick. And it's like, so you're going to give him like 20 lines of just, he's an asshole. He's da-da-da-da-da-da. And he was fine. Dick was nice. It's like, really, bitch? The whole thread was about celebrities people had slept with. Not about how do you feel about celebrities that you've interacted with. It was just supposed to be about niggas that you fucked and whether or not you like the nigga. Instead, she made it whether she likes the nigga and not about him actually fucking. He would be dope as that. But he was like, every year, basically, the comedic forces come together. He did like a little voice modulator because he was playing around with auto-tune and being like, like what if somebody who had auto-tune went to like one of those people who had like throat cancer, got auto-tune and went to like tell kids about how they don't need to smoke cigarettes. But it's like, but your voice sounds awesome. It's like, no, kids, you don't want to be like me. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be like that person. I know, but I'm describing it terribly. I'm not actually trying to do the joke. I never describe jokes well because I want you to see it.
But it doesn't make me laugh. I would pay to see it.
Makes you snicker.
But there's a price.
I mean, what's the price that you're willing to pay?
$40.
That's exactly how much the
$40.
tickets cost.
Yeah.
Well, actually, technically, the tickets were $30. $45 if you want to sit in the nice section in the middle. And also, if you want to, you could get the regular tickets for $30, and you could stand in the mosh pit area and look up at his dick, which was, I thought, a little weird for the opening act lady to say unless she's fucking him. Which, I mean, if he is, good job, Hannibal. But that was a really weird off-color joke to, like, start off your set with.
Off-color
I think
joke.
comedians are like rappers, and they just have a whole crew, and one of them make it or not.
I mean, true. That's true. I mean, I appreciate him bringing out Chris Action Jackson and Vanessa Fraction. But, nah, man, the Hannibal set was dope. He's still got one more tonight at 8 p.m. if you just want to go. But by the time you hear this, you're not going to be able to go. And that was the opening. I think we need to do more comedy reviews because getting out there with two of my boys, Stylish and the Writer.
Start going to
Open mic nights.
hell no. What are you talking
Oh, you don't want to watch people
You
bomb?
trying to what?
I mean, you could
I
roast
wanna go to
niggas.
That comedy place has always got free tickets. And see who comes through.
Talking about the comedy
Dad's
club.
Garage?
Talking about the comedy club. Uptown.
No. Uptown. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because Dad's Garage does the same thing, but you never know who's going through. Yeah, because Dad's Garage is free because most people there are terrible.
Good. Maybe one of us should go up there and do one.
I mean, the only thing is, like, you need, like, a whole bunch of jokes. Otherwise, you're just going to get booed off the
How long
stage.
your set got to be?
Your set generally has to be 5 minutes starting off.
You can do 5 minutes.
You think you can do 5 minutes? Kick a rhyme since you, or a joke since you normally.
You nigga can't just put me on the spot.
Hey, we can put Hannibal on the spot. Hannibal Buress, homeless comedian Hannibal Buress.
So just stick up down with the medium famous comedian and like he's number one.
No. I didn't act like he's number one. What I said is that Hannibal Buress was hilarious and he knows his lane. He knows that he's medium famous and he knows that he needs to stick to specific avenues, which
I
is.
didn't even know. So that's what you got to find. You got to find your inner jokester. Where do you sit in? You know what I mean? Find out who you are. What kind of jokes you gonna tell? Are you a dry comedian, or are you uplifting, or you just tell stories about your family and notice like weird idiosyncrasies? Kevin Hart. Yourself, you just make joke about, or another person, you can joke about yourself as well.
That's half of Hannibal's comedy, is just self-deprecating. Like the whole
I think I'll be more dark.
going to jail thinking that his nephew calling him up and being like, Hannibal, I heard about what happened, man. I'm so sorry about it. It's like, first of all, I'm not bringing you. This is right before Christmas. That was a ballsy ass move. Now you're not getting presents. Fuck you, nephew. I got plenty more. End call. But anyway, what I wanted to get into is the Soulja Boy interview. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see it? I know you've seen the memes for it, but have you actually seen the interview?
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched it.
Well, no. You just need to know bits and pieces.
Which one? The Breakfast Club? Or?
Yeah, the Breakfast Club. Fuck any other interview. I mean, Breakfast Club, they them niggas right now.
Somebody did a funny meme where it was just like
Drake.
Tiger. The nigga who got fucked by college in the blah, 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 blah. 5 minutes later. I love the word with Tiger. I love Tiger.
Yeah, I love the word with Tiger. I love it. Like,
Tiger, I love the word Tiger, but he was just giving that nigga a hold. My nigga got his bitch stolen by college. Tiger's the nigga who got his bitch stolen by, what's that nigga name? Travis Scott.
But yeah, that Tiger thing that you're talking about,
80s
man, that's crazy.
magic.
Soulja Boy is not all the way wrong, and One thing Soulja Boy needs to understand is
He had to go through the Migos. He had to go through Drake.
Drake.
Drake? Who's Drake?
Drake, I don't like, even if all that's true, you looking like a fool.
I let the Migos sleep on my couch. It's like, nigga, a lot of people apparently done slept on your couch. And also you murdered a nigga in Atlanta. I mean, you got bras in Atlanta. Like, Soulja Boy, let him tell it. He done everything in the world, and everybody owes him a favor. I'm the realest nigga ever.
Y'all remember when Soulja Boy went quote-unquote hood from the dancing ass nigga? I remember the song, too.
What happened in... Not just joking.
Gucci bandana.
Gucci bandana.
Hey.
Gucci bandana.
That's when he thought he was... Because Gucci Man was on that song. That song was just like, what's this nigga talking about killing and murdering people for?
Hey, man, that's how it happens, dog. It gets real in the street, man. One day you shoot a nigga, next day you that nigga. That murderer nigga. Although you don't have your guns in Cali because you're not an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
Well, I mean, California.
Overall thoughts
the
on...
the Soulja Boy interview I thought was pretty well done. I think the thing that people aren't giving them enough credit for is that they managed to coax Soulja Boy into talking about himself at a level at which a lot of people probably wouldn't. So they did a good job on that. They did a really good job on coaxing him to talk about himself and giving him the platform. I mean, there were a couple of points in times where he was rude and disrespectful, but at the same time, I mean, this is an interview with a megalomaniac. So what did y'all expect? Like, he's definitely got a huge ego.
Another interesting thing I saw in the news was Future said Russell Wilson's wife runs him. And I was reading all the women comments, and of course they were like, you need to stay out their marriage. And I was wondering why he even said that. It was an interview, and I'm just like, how do y'all feel about that?
Because Future's a bitch ass nigga.
I think Russell Wilson is a bitch ass nigga too.
Oh, you are right. Both these things are true.
But you shouldn't be commenting on that, number one, because that's their marriage, is whatever.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you didn't want to marry her, then I don't know why you worried about this nigga.
Only reason he should be worried about it is if he don't want his son to pick up that habit.
But the thing about it is you decided to be the person that you are, so that's why your son is with another man.
Who the fuck cares if she gone? Like, fuck her. All you need to do is worry about your son and make sure he don't act like that nigga. No offense to Russell Wilson, but I can see him being ran by a woman. And I don't think no man should be ran by a woman. The reason I brought that up is because some chick started talking about, me and my husband, we make decisions 50-50. I'm just like, well, you didn't marry a man then.
I mean, if you're talking biblically, then yeah, you didn't marry a man. If you're talking just in the mainstream world, then I mean,
not 50-50. Number one, if you're gonna marry a man, you must trust his decisions. That's not saying your input doesn't matter and certain things you will make decisions on, but generally let him make the decisions because that's your man.
Well, it depends. So if you have the traditional relationship package, I know I always have to do this.
The traditional relationship package, right?
For me and my household, yes. But I understand that there's the new age relationship package, and that relationship package is 50-50. Well, it should be 100-100, but whatever. In either case, the new age relationship package is, different people fit in where they get in. Like sometimes the woman makes all the relationship decisions.
Just because she make more money, she should make the decisions?
I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that we don't like to say, but it's true, whoever makes the most money gets to make the decisions.
You think so?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I feel
something that got me? There was one time I was...
No. Explain that. Explain in what circumstances have you seen someone make more money than the other person, but not make the decision?
Tom Brady.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
No, Tom Brady is pussy whip.
I'm not gonna say anybody who's famous or anything like that, but I used to work at this particular job, right? And at this job, this guy would come in and he makes all the money. So he would come in and
That's not a man. Not a joke.
Listen, hear me out. He makes all the money. So basically, what he would do is he would come in and he would basically need like some parts for his car. Let's just say he need like $500 worth of parts and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe even $300. And he'll be like, okay, $350. Yeah, let's say $350. And he'll be like, all right, I know I need to get this for my car because my car won't move without this. But before I do this, let me call my wife. And ask her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is he asking his wife, or is he just getting confirmation so that she know that he's not just taking money out the bank account? So
he made all the money.
He made all the money.
So
he made all the money.
So she don't work. Why the fuck she ain't here buying these goddamn parts? See, she got time.
That's just
this nigga working.
And what he said to me was, man, she can manage money better than I can. So
no. I that might her setting the budget, but if you have to, as a man. If you have to call her to confirm the purchase, then it goes back to what Ari was saying a moment ago, which is you do not make the decisions. She does. It's one thing.
The thing that got me was not the fact that he had to call and ask his wife. The thing that was a different type of problem. You know what I'm saying? Or to be honest with you,
You said he asked.
yeah, this is my thing. That's something that you actually need for your car to get moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to ask you to get something. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, but I'm not gonna call you and ask you, hey,
Like
can I get
but
this?
That's a personal problem.
Can I?
I'm like, nigga, it's my money.
I feel you.
If I pay all the bills that we talked about and I do all the things that are written in my budget, I don't feel like telling you where the rest of my.
He didn't run his budget though, so that's why he should tell him.
Well,
That's why he should tell him.
but the thing about it is he should have a car maintenance budget and pull money from there.
Get the fuck out of Dodge plan number one. We know that.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
You know his budget, you know how much he makes.
But sorry,
Exactly.
Armstead, continue.
Like I was saying,
cut you off.
I feel like this in my place. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, hey, if you need to get this particular amount of stuff for your car to run, for you to continue to make money, I shouldn't have to tell you what I need to get done. Now, what's going to happen is I'm probably going to tell you in the fact of just having a conversation with you. You know, like, dang, babe, my starter messed up on my car. My alternator's gone. I got about to go to the store and go grab it real quick. You know, in the midst of a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Oh,
nice. I was like, I'm about to go to AutoZone and get some shit for my car.
Exactly. I would have been
You know?
like, I'm at
What
she's gonna be like, hey, where you at? I'm at AutoZone getting some shit for my car.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by I'll tell her. I'm not high.
But see, I also have the traditional relationship package. So I mean, when it comes to car stuff, I do it.
What kind of relationship package we got? I'm not going to do it.
I mean, if you have the new age relationship package, you got to go check in.
I mean, but at the same time, I mean,
You're not no bitch.
I ain't no bitch,
No,
but I'm
You
not.
sucking my dick.
I'm not.
I mean,
not
that's,
giving-
that's generally the only way it goes in a heterosexual relationship.
But the thing about this, I'm not surrendering this information to her because it's something that she needs to know, and it's because she wants to figure out what my budget is. It's just generally I would just like, dang, my car, such and such. Whatever, like, I work on cars. I fix cars.
Great point. That's a great point.
I fix cars. So
and
whatever.
I feel like that's the thing. That's the difference. So to encapsulate this, what you're saying, with the word you just used, surrendering, because essentially when you have to check in with somebody on every decision that you're making, then you are surrendering your agency. Because we try to make sure that, we instill in our daughters and, women in our family not to surrender their agency. Because it's okay to be like, well, I do in my household. I tell women not to surrender their agency.
Why? What, you trying to raise a feminist?
No, what I'm trying to raise is someone who stands up for themselves and isn't going to be like some of them girls who are like, yeah, I gotta go pick up my baby, my boyfriend this and my boyfriend that. It's like, hold up, whose money you spending? Oh, I'm spending mine, but he gonna really get his rap career. He gonna really get his entrepreneurship, or he really gonna. It's like no. This nigga ain't.
What happens if that nigga actually make it? I'm like, if he make it, he gonna leave, right?
Well, the thing about that is that's true. That's true. But the main point I'm saying is that for me, in my household, we raise women to ensure that they maintain their agency. It's not bad to do something for somebody every now and then or to pay for something, that's nice. But at the same time, you want to make certain that you're not getting taken advantage of. And that's what I feel like for black women. Regardless, I don't care how you feel about it if you're listening and you're a woman of another race. For black women and Latino women, they tend to be some of the most giving women. Because white girls, they'll fuck you, but they ain't spending that bread. Maybe if they think that you're mandingo, they'll throw a few things in there.
About to a black man or to a white man?
Well, we're talking about black. Yeah, they'll do it for a white man. But I'm saying but there's levels to the shit. We're going to go into that later.
White girls do it for black men, but it's not, when I say white
But that's
girls,
what I'm saying, like the girls who think you're mandingo, like they're obsessed with.
Not a real white girl.
Yeah, they're the black girls who are obsessed with black features. And that's the thing that they really can't kind of communicate or articulate properly, is that you don't really like me. You just like the fact that I'm black and you're in love with that.
I have a conversation with you guys. We're going to talk about later.
Okay, all right.
Real white.
Transitioning. Fuck you. We're going into movies. We're going to talk about Glass. Boy, culmination of everything good. No, fuck that. If you ain't seen that movie first weekend, spoiler alert. It was sad.
I ain't seen Split yet.
You don't need to see. I mean, you kind of need to see Split, but you kind of don't.
I need to
Who's
see.
the best actor in that movie?
Oh, the nigga from Split.
Yes.
His range,
Like Drake
his.
and Nicki, and then they broke up, and now you can't like both of them. So I I just like Nicki now.
Exactly. That nigga's range. That nigga's range is.
I can't see how he did that.
That nigga's range is incredible. That might be the white Will Smith right there.
That nigga just, like, he had 24 different personalities and he'll just switch, like, and he would do mannerisms and everything. I'm just like.
His Patricia is really, really scary because it's just old white bitch. I'm so rich and the rest of you are so poor and I dislike everything about you. The Beast.
And you guys, you know, like, you can't even do it, like, when we're just talking, like how he just kept switching up. There's probably some editing in there, right?
Probably, but even with the amount of editing, that's still a
probably
damn amount of
fucking
fucking range.
In the span of 3 minutes, he did like, I would say at least 8 different people, and they all felt different.
Yeah, even if they re-recorded that scene like 5 times, that's still an amazing amount of acting skill. Like that's not even just like production, like that's acting skill to be able to pull off that stuff. Because I mean, it's not like they shoot the film in small chunks. Like you got to still make it through an entire scene. They might reshoot the scene 6 times, but you got to make it through with that entire scene.
Not necessarily, because the way they were doing the flashes and he kept running back and forth.
Well, yeah, you could stop at the flashes, but the flashes were really only going off every so often at the very beginning. When he was doing that thing, remember where he switched from the professor to the Hispanic guy to like I think he switched to Dennis. And then to Patricia, that was like 3 minutes. Exactly. And then he did the whole, man, Patricia's just, I know that you didn't like the ending and we'll go into that.
We kind of give you an overview of the movie.
Yeah, let's go straight into it.
Pretty much this culminates the universe all together. In the beginning of the movie, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. They all get captured. Mr. Glass was already captured from the previous movie, Unbreakable.
Correct.
And in Unbreakable, in this movie, Mr. Glass, they all find a way to subdue all 3 of them. Mr. Glass is subdued by the use of drugs. We were talking about the flashes. So these flashes, or whatever they called it something else. I don't know what it was exactly. Would make him change personality. So the personality most people fear is the Beast. And they would just flash it, and every time he'll go back and forth. And Bruce Willis' character, he drowns, of course. So they just hit him in a room where if he hits the wall or anything, the room fills up with water and he drowns and dies or is weakened. So this is all happening. This lady's come in and tell him, like, you're not really superheroes. You're this, you're that. She go over different situations to explain to them that they're not really superheroes. And if that didn't work, she was going to give him surgery.
Straight up surgery.
Mr. Glass did not talk for 3/4 of this movie.
Yes.
He was sitting right there in dead space height.
Now that also took a lot of things because he was doing face twitches and all that shit. And it's hard to do that without, actually wanting to do it. I'm pretty sure that a couple times Samuel L. Jackson just was like, fuck! Or sorry, motherfucker, because that's his favorite word. Because that's how he got over his stuttering, was the word motherfucker. But continuing.
Once that happened, you kind of find out he's been faking the whole time, Mr. Glass, of course. Because they had this meeting, well, of course, where I just said, where they were trying to convince them that they're not really superheroes, that they're just regular people and things just happen out of convenience. So once that meeting ended, that's when Mr. Glass said, I'm surrounded by more superheroes. Cool. I'm going to show y'all I'm not crazy. Whatever. And then at the same time, they tell him we're going to give you a surgery. They were going to do it to all 3 of them, but specifically they were going to do it to Mr. Glass at the time, where this surgery would have pretty much, what do you call it? It lobotomized him?
It basically would have lobotomized him.
That's what it looked like. They were going to lobotomize him. But Mr. Glass the whole time knew that was coming, because apparently Mr. Glass the whole time he was there, he wasn't drugged up. Previously, he's just too smart for him. He would break out and do whatever. Mr. Glass goes out the room right before the surgery. Well, he didn't know the surgery was going to happen in 3 days. He goes talk to Kevin, and Kevin, he tells him, is the Beast real? Do you have really superpowers? And Kevin's like, well, if the Beast, I hope the Beast likes you. Anyway.
Well, it's really Patricia, but continue.
I thought it was more than them at first. I thought it switched to Patricia. He had asked to speak to Patricia.
Well, he was first talking to Hedwig.
Hedwig, okay.
And then from Hedwig, he asked to speak to either Dennis or Patricia, and Patricia.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch Split first, and then
So once that happened, they saw that Samuel L. Jackson, they had installed all these cameras around the whole building.
137.
See, he knew the number. I can't remember the number.
I'm bullshitting on that part. It might be 123, but let's roll with it.
A bunch of cameras, right? They were filming everything, and he's just shown. He said, "We saw you walking around last night. We're going to give you the surgery today instead of in 3 days." So they take him to the room, and then they put the laser on his head. You think he got the surgery? He didn't get the surgery.
He didn't get the surgery, though.
Yeah, he had to take the laser out.
Replace it with a fucked up baby one.
And they send him in the room. The guy goes in there. They didn't know he had took it out. He sent the room back to his comatose state.
Correct.
Like that. And the guy comes in the room like, oh man, you broke your pictures, man. What happened?
Slice that nigga neck.
Slice that nigga neck like
You a bitch.
The right glass.
Exactly.
He was just the orderly. He wasn't nobody important. So he's sitting right there.
The thing about it was he was actually the nice one. The one I was hoping he was going to do it to was the one.
We got him later though.
Yeah, but that's the only one who really deserved it. Because the other guy, he was just a big talker. Yeah, he was just long talk. He wasn't actually like.
Mr. Glass doesn't discriminate when it comes to.
Oh yeah. Then again, yeah, Mr. Glass. Mr. Glass is a villain. So I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the other person not gonna kill his mama. It seems like.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody else is expendable.
Yeah, everybody else is expendable. So once that happens, he lets out Kevin. Kevin doesn't kill him because he's like, well, you don't know anything about Kevin. Not Kevin, the Beast. The Beast supposedly is what would we call him? A protector of the weak? Not necessarily, or
Correct. He's pretty much he's protector of those who he deems to be pure, who have had some form of misery
or tragedy,
or tragedy. Basically, someone who has dealt with something in their life that has been painful. Because anyone who hasn't, he considers them to be unpure, and thus by killing them, he's purifying them because he's giving them the tragedy that they needed to survive.
Since Mr. Glass had broken bones 92 times, he's considered him somebody who went through pain, and the Beast didn't kill him. Then they go through this whole sequence where they see this large building opening in Philadelphia. It was supposed to be the star of the world, like the new biggest building.
New Empire State Building.
New Empire State Building. Like, we're going to go there. He tells David Dunn, if you want a piece of me, you better meet me there. Or you want a piece of the Beast, meet me there. I'm going to blow this shit up, and y'all two are going to fight so we can reveal to the world that the superheroes really exist. And Mr. Glass goes through the basement to get out, and of course on their way they kill a lot of people.
I mean, look, they were security guards. You knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah, they kill a lot of people.
Ton.
And then David Dunn is in the room contemplating, does he really have superpowers or not? And he goes, it's a metal door. I turned the water off. You won't drown. That's what Mr. Glass told him. So he had lost his confidence in thinking he had superpower. This nigga knocks down the metal door.
Boom.
And then he meets them outside and a fight ensues. And then as the fight happens, you see they do all these extraordinary events. All these things like he's bending metal. He's pushing back 4 people. That nigga Kevin does that little walk on all 4s.
Oh man, again,
awesome.
Fucking great acting ability.
Yeah, was that CGI?
No, that's real. That's real. That's him. It might be his body double because they don't ever. Well, no, they focus on his face. But then again, all white people look alike. All right. We'll go with it.
You run on all 4s though, like that.
Yeah, there's an entire tribe of people who walk around like that.
I didn't know if you could do that.
No, there's an entire tribe of people who walk around like that.
Running like this. And that's when that fight starts because apparently
they got a harness.
I mean, yeah, they probably did something to help make him a little bit lighter, but you could still do it. Yeah. I mean, you probably couldn't run like how he's running, but
yeah. So whatever, they start to fight because apparently the Beast never met anybody who's just as strong as him and challenge him. And the Light, the whole time they've been questioning him, like, are you really the strongest ever? The Light, of course, is all his different personalities.
Well, who gets to be in the spotlight? So the Light,
the Horde.
Yes.
Yeah, the Horde is all his different personalities. Once that happens, remember that there's M. Night Shyamalan. So the last 15 minutes of his movies are always where the twist ensues.
Correct.
They film a scene with the guy's name, Patrick Crumb. I think that was his dad's name.
Yes, Patrick Crumb.
Yeah, and the scene is on his dad getting on a train, which is Kevin's dad. Kevin's dad is looking for ways to help Kevin with his associative disorder. What do we call it?
Yes.
Multiple personality associative disorder? I don't know what it's called. And
well, no, it's multiple personalities dissociated. Because he's basically dissociating himself from whatever the events are that are his trigger, his mother's abuse.
You see this train scene, and it goes back
again
to Unbreakable. And his dad was on the same train as the guy from David Dunn, or the guy
David Dunn, Bruce Willis.
You know what? I might need to see all 3 of these again.
You don't remember Unbreakable?
I do remember it.
On that train crash, but
except Bruce Willis.
Yeah, only he survived.
Yeah.
And apparently his dad was on that train as well.
You know what? So for some reason, what I got from that movie originally, at least from what I think I got, is that whatever was happening to him, it was happening to somebody else. Is that what it was?
What do you mean?
Like it's like I don't know why I'm thinking this.
No, you're thinking it. No, I think you're thinking the wrong movie.
I'm thinking that like okay, he was in the train.
No, close to Sixth Sense, but there's another one where whenever something's happening to one guy, he can kind of feel it.
That's why I thought that's why he had all those broken bones. Because remember at the end of the Unbreakable movie, wasn't him in a wheelchair, at the end?
Well, no, he was in a wheelchair because
After he
every
fell down those stairs,
after he fell down the stairs.
Oh, he fell downstairs. Okay, I'm thinking that whatever. I thought they were like connected in some kind of way, and whatever happened to him.
They're connected because every time there would be like an accident in the world or something, he was looking for superheroes.
Yes.
People to
Mr.
survive.
Glass was.
Yeah, and Mr. Glass thought that he could find superheroes himself. But
Correct.
what we come to find out, this is a little twist, is he's the one that creates superheroes. And the whole time there's this, what are we going to call it? There's this sense of like, is this the ending or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
But again, he's a comic book connoisseur, so he's saying this is an origin story. Everybody dies.
Yeah.
Word.
They killed Mr. Glass. Well, matter of fact, once Kevin found out that he killed his dad, he broke his shoulder, or he hit him in the shoulder.
Yeah, he hit him in the shoulder, but it kind of was whatever. But
Then he punched him in the chest.
Yeah.
Wheelchair went back 6 feet.
And you knew this nigga was not about to make it.
And he dies. And David Dunn is...
Also, what does it say at the bottom there? That last that number amount? What was that? Is that at the bottom?
92.
94 breaks. 94.
That's wrong, because he had actually got like...
Well, he actually got like another 6 breaks.
Another 6 breaks on both.
Probably more, because he was in a wheelchair. He probably broke every rib in his
Then
body.
He fell down and you had another crack.
Exactly.
Seven Jess got the best scream ever. I can't do it. That scream.
Yeah, we can't do it.
You
Justin.
told the one what was it, the Hateful Eight, where he had got shot?
That same scream.
Same
Motherfucker!
Every time they kill one of them, you see this clover on their wrist, which is a cool tattoo. And the Clover organization was someone who was trying to hide superheroes' existence from the world. So they went in there trying to save them. And the lady told David Dunn, before she drowned him, of course, that she would let him live as long as he didn't believe he was a superhero anymore. Kevin died because every time he touched his rape victim, I'm sorry, we're never gonna call her a rape victim. What was she called?
Well, no, she was a rape victim in domestic.
She wasn't his rape victim.
Well, every time he touched a fellow rape victim, because remember, Kevin also was raped.
Yeah. He would lose the beast.
Yeah, he would lose the horde. It would just be him. Correct. So the horde would basically
the
go.
Horde came back when she was touching him too, though.
The horde. Well, different people in the horde came back, and then Kevin said, "I have assumed control," basically accepting that what happened to him.
The beast is bulletproof, by the way.
Yeah, the beast is bulletproof.
Yeah, but when he's Kevin, he's not bulletproof anymore.
Correct. What would be awesome, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan, if you want to take this, would be for there to be a character that could revive people, and they end up reviving all of these people. And then the scenario now is taking place where they need the Clover organization.
To be the one to revive them, because they kind of set it up that David Dunn's son from the first Unbreakable movie, he got old.
Yeah, he got old.
He's there.
Yep,
the
he's there.
The victim is there. And Mr. Glass' mom, was she alive in that movie?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, she was in that movie, but she wasn't as old. I think they tried to age her. I didn't think they did a very good job. They just made her look like she was Frankenstein's bride. But, that's a minor setback for the movie.
So remember I told you the whole thing was being filmed?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Glass set the cameras up and sent them a copy of everything that happened that was like superhero-like. And then they shared it with the world, and now the whole world knows that these superheroes exist. And the Clover organization was trying to hide that they exist. So the question is, was
Glass a good guy or a bad guy?
Glass is technically both, because he creates heroes and he creates villains. He's not really on the side of whatever, because he didn't really like the Beast. He only wanted the Beast so that he could prove that superheroes exist. So he was using the Beast, but he technically created the hero as well. And the hero stopped him last time. So he's kind of more of an anti-hero than anything. He does a lot of bad things, but even with the train thing, he was only doing the train thing because he wanted to prove that heroes could exist.
He's a villain. The ends never justify the means for him.
Yeah, but the same thing for most anti-heroes. The Punisher's an anti-hero. He kills a fuck ton of people.
He kills people trying to kill him.
No, he kills a fuck ton of people.
I think he kills people.
He kills people regardless.
The Punisher is out. I got a week to watch it.
Yeah, I got a week to watch it. That Killer Mike shit first, though. Shout out to Killer Mike. Trigger warning. Yeah, you better watch Trigger Warning first. It's gonna hurt some of your feelings, but it's whatever. This is what Mr. Glass's mom looked like. Again, you can't really age somebody like that. Yeah, they did a bad job because she's not old. Yeah, she's not old.
They're like, damn, this bitch ain't aged at all.
It's Charlene Woodard. She has already won a Academy Award.
The question we ask is, it set up a whole universe where superheroes actually exist, and there's a team of regular humans like, nah, fuck that. y'all can't exist. You're not gonna show us that we're weaker than what we believe we are.
Sorry, she won a Tony. Academy. It's an award from an Academy, but not the same one.
Yeah, the Tony is for like stage plays.
Yes.
Yeah. So the world is set up now. Although I don't think he'll do it. The question is what happens next.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think he's got the juice to do it. Also, the M. Night Shyamalan cameo, hilarious. The whole point of it was just to have the whole dad thing. It's like like if you've ever heard like a conversation between two people and you're just there and you're just like,
he's in every movie he's in, though, right?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he put himself in all his movies.
Okay, hey, I've never known, but I thought they did pretty good.
By the way, the end result. We're gonna have to do this new movie review. We're gonna have to come up with something original. Like, man, see that shit? Don't see that shit. Still that shit.
I think this is one where it's like, see that shit.
See that shit.
Because it's a pretty good movie. All the critics who gave it bad ratings are like, who was disappointing? I'm like, all right, I get that maybe you didn't like.
I think the end is disappointing because there's no finality to it. You have more questions. Yeah. But that's a genius thing to do as well.
Well, yeah, because you wanted to
die, but I want more.
Exactly. I want more. And I hate that
people
were like they
took
too long during the middle because like they needed all that time though. They needed to go through all the steps of trying to make someone feel like they're crazy and then having them get to the point.
They did a good job convincing me as the audience that they would actually believe that they were crazy.
Well, no, you knew Mr. Glass wasn't convinced. You knew Kevin was kind of starting to flip-flop back and forth. And you knew that they had obviously convinced David Dunn. Because
I think they were trying to convince us, too.
Well, yeah, but they were trying to convince us. But to a certain extent, you have to suspend your disbelief. And that's why I was like, all right, I can see how, because the thing about it is when the personalities started kind of like started questioning it themselves, then they've done a good job. Because it's hard to convince 27 people or 30-something people that they're all doing whatever. But
I think they were trying to convince us, the audience, that they weren't real either. But I guess since we came into the idea of believing that they are real, that you weren't going to take that away.
True.
But could they have done that to certain people? That's the question. Like, did it convince you enough that they aren't? Like, dude.
No, we have to leave that up to the audience. So you hit us up
as an audience member, I wasn't convinced, but.
Well, no, not just us. The audience in general. Like, audience, if you're at, send us an email on everydayblackmen@gmail.com. And let us know if you think that they convinced you. Oh yeah, or put a post on the website. Put a post on Facebook.
We have a website.
Hit us on Instagram.
Coming soon.
Website coming soon. But fuck all this shit. We getting long in the tooth. I'm gonna skip straight into music because we've been going on forever. And music, we gonna talk about the time the South rose up. Go ahead, R. Reed. Give us the breakdown.
March to the beam.
1995 Source Awards.
Let's go back, way back. Dun, dun, dun. The year was 1995. Dun, dun. What album was that?
As I march to the beat on my own damn drum with the spirit.
No, that was Southern Playlist of
the soul of the slums.
All you kids don't know what the Source is.
They don't, because remember they were best new artists, so it had to be
mics.
Southern Playlistic.
The Source used to be this thing that was respected amongst the hip hop community, like your not World Star, because World Star's trash. I don't think
it's kind of like what y'all consider to be the Grammys now, because y'all are dumb and have now decided that white awards are the awards that matter. Continue.
So no, I'm not even like what we're saying now is like the Source was like the streets telling you your album was hot or not. And could you do me a favor and look up the people who were nominated for the award in 1995 Source Award?
Yes,
Outkast went on stage because they had just won Best New Artist. And keep in mind, the rap game was very different, guys. If you're a little younger, you're going to have to remember this. From the 90 to about 90, what year Tupac died?
96.
96. It was East Coast versus West Coast, with the East Coast originating hip-hop, as they claim, from the from the 80s, 70s, early 70s, there's other people like that. And then the East Coast and the West Coast came with the rise of NWA, Tupac, Ice-T, like going back. The West Coast rose. And once Tupac died, the West Coast died. But that's not here nor there. There was always the South. No one ever respected the South. You got your people like 2 Live Crew with their videos. They were so raunchy, but man, it wasn't really much of a song. I feel a little ooh coming up. Ooh. Yeah. And somebody tried to make that argument that that's the real rap. No, them niggas was trash.
That's
Uncle
the
Luke. You had some people who were trying to make music, but they never really did it because they weren't getting their credit because the South just wasn't there for music. Outkast wins Best New Artist going up against
a whole bunch of people because apparently nobody decided to care about who the other people were.
Okay, so they won this award and they get up there, they start booing.
Straight up boo.
Boo.
Yeah, all I see is the winners. Nobody is apparently.
And could you tell them what Andre said?
The South got something to say.
From then on, the rise of the South started. So Outkast, you're gonna be forever thanked for that. So that leads us to another question. What's that question?
That question is, since the Outkast changed everything and they made the South get recognition and the South has risen to where it is today, where now a lot of people feel like a lot of the best music is coming out the South.
And this ain't the Civil War, boy. The South just won.
I would argue that the South runs the game.
Well, yes. So that becomes a question. Does the South run hip-hop right now,
Still.
to this day?
The South is the most influential.
14 years later.
The problem people had with the South back then because they would have hot beats and no lyrics. Then for a while, let's say in the 90s, we had got some rappers, but there were none that really came up to Outkast level. Although there were some people who didn't get credit because that nigga Cool Breeze, Killer Mike, like people like that never really got the credit for how good of a rapper they were.
Nope, not at all. To this
Kilo
day.
Ali, I feel like I'm missing people. Dungeon Family. If I'm missing you, I'm so sorry because early 99s, like late 99s, we got our Trick Daddies. Who else from the South?
Maybe because I'm a thug.
Texas came about.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was a whole bunch of people. That Paul Wall, Mike Jones. Anybody remember Mike Jones' phone number?
Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones, 60.
Pun B?
I don't know off the top of my fucking head.
I never liked that guy.
Pimp C?
Oh, MGK.
MGK.
UGK, you mean, yeah.
No, it's both of them, right? UGK.
No,
MGK is in.
No.
MGK is in
Machine-
A-Ball. A-Ball.
Oh.
8-Ball MJ.
MJG.
MJG.
Yeah, I was like,
That
wait a
nigga
minute.
spells his name in every verse he's ever did. By the way, they released a new song, just to let y'all know.
They did?
Yes.
True.
But anyway, getting out of this music category into something else, Future released the Wizard album, and it's lounge music for people who are not currently drinking lean. That's all I'm going to say on it. But the bigger thing is, how do you feel about what Andre 3000 said about Future? He said that he makes negative inspirational music.
He was very kind.
You were saying you think he's very kind?
Yeah. Future music's trash.
I mean, his music is trash, but it's infectious.
He makes some good.
Wicked, 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 wicked.
I don't like that. Turn off the lights. I'm looking forward to. I love that song. That's my favorite song, man.
By Future?
Yeah. Turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Mask Off, I think, was
Mask
made by
Off
the
is
beat.
the beat.
Yeah, this
it's
is the beat. This is the
man.
beat.
I'm trying to think of other Future songs that got me.
There's no other Future song that you really need.
I don't need magic. Voila. Magic.
Gucci Flip Flops. That's about it.
Yeah. I'm not a Future super fan, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. And I think that's the thing about it. His music is inspirational, but his music isn't something that you can't live without.
Like R. Kelly's.
No, you can live without.
Party.
You can live without R. Kelly.
You can live without anybody's music.
I know, but that's the thing about it. Is people aren't saying you have to give up everything. We're just calling you on your bullshit, which is you can live without it. Because niggas acting like
I didn't say
they
I can live
can't.
without it. I said I'm not going to live without it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted confirmation for.
It's calling.
Again, you don't have to have that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You just said that you could live without it. I'm calling you on your bullshit, Reed.
Yeah, but the song is awesome and you know it.
The song is not that great.
Hold on, let me ask you, do you think you made good music? That's all that matters.
Overall,
I love people who can make good music.
overall, I think he made infectious music.
Because Amy Winehouse,
He definitely is I'll give him this. He's definitely a genius.
Amy Winehouse was super fucked up. And
Yes.
her music's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I guess you're saying you're hurting yourself. It doesn't matter.
Fucking all that shit. I want to go into relationships.
What the hell is going on?
Close. But the question I have is, can a man last too long in bed?
I don't know, man. Usually I go about 4 hours.
Yeah, you can.
I don't really get that many complaints. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't think 4 hours is a little long?
That's pretty short for me. Normally I go 12.
Like a boxing match.
So you go 12 rounds of an hour each round. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I thought. Disappointing Reed.
I got mine.
Hey,
You
baby.
don't even need yours. It doesn't even do anything. It's just a retarded function of your body. Like you don't need that. I need mine. Make baby.
Well, since all embryos and things start out as female, technically we're the offspring that are the weird ones. But that's neither
You
here
don't
nor
believe
there.
that shit? I was science by a woman. I
No,
don't
that
believe
was science
because
by a
of
man
woman.
because we didn't let women do science back then.
Are you a feminist?
Remember, we didn't let
You
women.
sound like a feminist, bro. Man came first. Ain't no way.
I'm a black feminist. That's what I am.
I'm glad you put black first.
I'm a black feminist because I care about black people's issues first, then women's rights, and then everything else kind of trickles down. But black people's issues is always number one, close and near and dear to my heart.
Start working with the white women.
No, you got it mixed up.
Oh, hey, you explain it.
Stop getting used by white women.
Oh, well,
That's different because you're saying stop working with them.
Stop working with them, period, because they're only going to do things to benefit themselves.
No. You're right, but you work with them, but only work with them when they're working on issues that you need.
The feminist rally because it wasn't black enough.
No, they canceled a feminist rally because it wasn't a feminist rally. So there's a women's march over the weekend, and basically some black protesters showed up. One of them was carrying a sign that said, "Remember, white women voted for Trump," which was true. And a lot of feminists felt some kind of way about that. And it's like, but y'all did vote for Trump. Like, this woman was doing nothing but telling the truth. No. You know exactly where I'm taking it.
Going to this lame ass beta male nigga shit there with this Gillette commercial, which I refuse to watch because I'm a real man and ain't gonna watch that shit. Right? Stop buying Gillette razors. Right? Got rid of my beard because I'm not gonna buy no more razors. It doesn't make any sense. Right?
Okay, all right.
Care, right?
Okay.
Tell me what the commercial was about.
The commercial is basically just about, men not being a bunch of whiny bitches. And what men do online became a bunch of whiny bitches.
What happened?
So basically, Jeanette made a commercial about how we need to redefine masculinity. So it's no longer just niggas doing whatever. It's, do you take care of your kids? Do you go out places? Do you do like all the other things that like you should be doing? No, that's a man's job. The reason that so many kids, especially males in the black community, act like fuck niggas is because they didn't have a father figure. You grew up with a father figure. He grew up with a father figure. I grew up with a father figure. But majority.
That's not why they're fuck niggas.
Yeah, that's not.
They're fuck niggas because they was raised by a female.
Again, if you don't have a father, who else is going to raise you?
Streets, nigga.
And the streets is gonna raise you to be
if
a
not the
fuck
streets-
nigga. I love how you made it to the circle. You did it, Ari. You did it. You did it. You walked right
they're
back.
raised by women. Women know how.
No, it's
women
not
know
that they're
how
raised
to
by
raise
women, sir. It's not like there's
I feel
a.
like you're blaming the man for not being there, but you're not.
No,
blaming
I'm
the
not.
woman for
I'm
being
not
there.
blame. How can you not blame the man for not being there when that's literally the reason?
There are a lot of reasons not to be around your kid.
No, you have no reason not to be around your
I'm
kid.
gonna tell you some reasons.
What reason could you?
ever had a woman that you never wanted to deal with, and every time you deal with her, she's keeping you away from your kid?
Sir,
I've seen that a lot.
there are some women like that, but that's not the vast majority of women.
That ends
It's
up
not.
just enough.
That's not the vast majority.
30-40%.
Even if it's 30-40, what about the other 60-70 niggas?
Oh, we got more.
What more?
What about niggas who want to be with their kid, but they can't be in their kid's life?
There's no reason for you not.
That's at least 20%.
There's no reason for you not to be in your kid's life.
A lot of niggas
No. A woman keeping away from your child is one thing. We said that's 30-40%. So the rest of them niggas could be with their kids.
No. Mine was the man can't deal with that woman.
No. I was lumping all the women who ain't shit into one pile, and I'm giving you 30-40%.
I'm trying to get that to 60%. First, black women.
No, that's 30-40%.
Black women aren't raised to.
That's 30-40%. That's not 60. If it was 60%, then a lot of these single women wouldn't be in the position that they're in. Because you can talk to a lot of different single women who are dealing with fathers who don't want to be in their kids' life, or
Is it that, or they don't want to be in their life?
no, don't want to be in their kids' life.
You sure not? They don't want to be in that one.
No, don't want to be in their kids' life.
I don't think that's-
I'm
I
talking
don't
about
think that's
niggas
what it
who-
is. I think they don't want to be in there.
I've never met a dude who never wanted to be in his kid's life.
Then you have only been meeting niggas in your circle.
I ain't
There's a
never-
lot of niggas who
I-
don't want to be in their child's life.
No, they don't want to be.
There's
in
a
their
lot
life.
of no. There's
They
a
will
lot.
cut that woman out because they don't.
No,
want to
they don't
I
wanna
never
do
heard
shit
niggas
with their
say, I
kid.
want to fuck with my kids. Now, do they not do shit for their kids? No, but it's not because of the kid. A lot of
No. I'm not saying that they're deadbeats. Remember, these are different terms. What I'm saying is that they don't want to do anything with their kids. So yes, a lot of these fathers provide the child support. Some of them don't provide anything.
I have a question for you.
Why don't they want to be in a kid's life?
A lot of them just don't. They didn't want to have kids, and they had a kid together. Which, if you didn't want to have a kid, nigga, then why are you fucking? I mean, that's literally in the. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into the final topic of today.
What's the last topic?
Wins and losses. Democrats versus Donald Trump. What do you think? No. Donald Trump lost because he had to come down to their level.
I heard they're still talking about evicting him.
I mean, the impeachment thing is not really.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Impeach. What the fuck am I thinking about?
It doesn't. Armstead, this is everyday black man. We say shit how it is. Sometimes we get it wrong. You said evict. I said impeach. You corrected yourself. You got it wrong. Then you got it right. And we're not worried about that because the English language is very long and has over 1 million words. So I don't expect you to immediately recall the one that you need within a millisecond. Yeah, there's more than 1 million words. Okay, you can Google that. But distracting from the point aside, Reed. The reason I'm saying that the Democrats won is because remember 2017, the Democrats wanted to get the Dreamers taken care of because they were so afraid that they were all going to get deported, which didn't fucking happen. But they were super worried. And they were like, Trump, if you do it, if you give them a path to citizenship with over 14 years, we'll give you $25 billion. And Trump was like, no. I have the House. I have the Senate. You guys are going to suck my dick first, and then we'll talk about it. And they were like, oh, my God, how could you use such language? And it's like, y'all realize this is Donald Trump. He doesn't give a fuck. Okay, so it's 100,000 words?
Yeah, 171,476 words, 95,000 are derivatives, 47,150 cents are obsolete.
Okay.
I had to look it up.
All right.
I knew it wasn't a million.
I thought it was Maine. I've heard that somewhere. No, I've heard that somewhere.
I hear a lot of these places, like build a wall.
I know this.
You build a wall around your house. Like, nigga, this is the country. You know that shit keeps you in here too.
You don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about it, whatever. But you know, it is what it is.
It keeps you here too, nigga. You gotta think about it. You don't want no wall.
You gotta build a way out.
Don't get a wall. But
that's why when he
you can have some.
When he get Mexicans to help build the wall, they gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna be trap doors on us.
You can trap doors.
Yeah.
You got to pay $25 with these dudes.
Yeah,
Show
man.
them what a door is.
But stereotypes aside, the main point here that I am trying to kind of
only build a wall
articulate. No. The only part that I'm trying to articulate here is that Donald Trump didn't want to play ball back when the Democrats wanted to play ball, and now the Democrats have the field, and this nigga's like, "I'll bring my ball if you take this shitty deal," and it's like, nigga, we can wait you out. Because everybody at this point in time, they're mad at us, but they're more so mad at you because you're the leader. It's kind of like if you've ever been, like the captain of some sport. It doesn't matter if everybody else fucking up. If you're fucking up, you're the nigga everybody looks at because you're the captain. And you're pretty much the captain of America and you're fucking up. And so this L goes to Donald Trump.
I thought Tony was.
Who? No, Tony's not the leader.
No.
Tony's not the leader.
Tony's the leader, but Cap's the spiritual leader.
No, Cap is the leader. Tony is the brains.
A second in command.
No, pretty sure Tony's not the leader because Tony's the one who had to get everybody else's help.
I'm gonna need you to lead the team.
Nigga, everybody cheered when Chris Evans came back on.
They did.
They cheered. The reason being is because we all know he's really the leader. What it is
spiritual leader.
No, he's the actual leader. Iron Man.
I feel Iron Man is second in command.
No, Iron Man's like the Vegeta, who he's like, I should have this spot. I earned this shit. I was here, and it's like, nigga, I was the first Avenger. I was the first Avenger.
I swear we argued. The nigga with the money makes the decisions.
No. The nigga with the money makes the decisions, except for the fact that the government told him to sit down, and he cowered in the corner like a little bitch. That's why Tony is the spiritual leader because he cowered in the corner like a little bitch. When the government said we wanted whatever, and he wanted to sign the Sokovia Accords.
He didn't cower. He agreed.
No, sir, he cowered.
He didn't cower.
He cowered. He was on the fence, and then that black woman pushed him over the edge.
No superheroes killed his parents.
I mean, yeah. Which technically, Cap had a hand in that. Cap is the new Glass. Technically, it's Bucky, but they're pretty much two sides of the same fucking coin.
Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, I thought I wanted to remember that. Jazz Jack Rabbit. That was the same person.
Pretty much. But regardless of Avengers Civil War, Trump took an L. Democrats got a nice little W.
There's an article on PBS. They use game theory to predict how this is going to end.
What does game theory say?
I was reading 2 minutes, so I got bored.
Okay. All right. So basically, you don't know. All right. I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm gonna make a prediction, and I'm gonna say that the Democrats are gonna come away with the win, but it's going to be a
short-term victory.
Well, not a short-term victory. It's going to be a victory that, in the grand scheme of things, isn't going to matter because they're going to lose in the 2020 race, and that's the only win. No, it's not about the women. It's that the people who have the best chance of winning would be Biden, Obama.
Hell no.
Biden, Obama.
I told you that Mexican dude, Doug. He running for president too.
No, the Mexican dude is not going to resonate with Middle America.
Go watch that nigga.
He is going to be put in the same category as all the illegal immigrants in middle America's white heads.
About that when we have voted the Obama Hussein, which we never said.
No. We voted for Obama Hussein because white people just got done with the dumb president and now they needed the smart one. We're on the dumb president right now.
Go watch this.
He's like Beto O'Rourke. I know.
No, Beto's a fucking corporate leech in the background, but he's better than Beto.
I know he's better.
Like Hispanic Obama too.
I know he's like
Beto them two together would be perfect.
Yeah, but Beto already burned his bridges after the whole thing came out that he voted for All Lives Matter shit. No. I'm saying he's gonna be around, but he's gonna be Texas famous.
Nancy Pelosi. So.
I mean, no, but Nancy Pelosi has made sure that she doesn't identify with gays too much. She doesn't identify with blacks too much. She doesn't identify with Nancy Pelosi is the real life House of Cards nigga. Frank Underwood. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is the real life Frank Underwood because she manages to get all of the votes but stay away from going too far into any one category. That's the problem with Kamala Harris because if she runs, they're just gonna be like, she's a friend of the gays, she's an ally to the gays, she does nothing but like gays, and she has no children. She's not gonna have a defense for that. Yeah, well, no, she's not gonna have a defense for that because they're gonna paint her into a wall.
If she makes it all the way, I wouldn't vote for her.
Check us out on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, and of course, Spreaker.com.
Spreaker.
And of course, iHeartRadio. It's Spreaker.
iHeartRadio.
Instead of doing speaker, they added another R, so it's Spreaker.
Pep Spreaker.
Yes, Spreaker.
Pep Spreaker.
Peace.
Out.
Bam.
It's a wrap.
Bam.